Hi, ladies. Hey,
Hello.
Marika. Hey, Patia.
Hi, how are you?
Hey,
Good.
I am good. It's so good to see you guys. Marika, you look awesome. Look at you. You look great.
Thank you. So I did a little cut.
All right. All right.
Right.
That's no, that looks great. Welcome everyone to another edition of Brand Rewind Live. Thank you so much for being here. December 21st, Thursday. I'm Denise Kagler. I'm coming to you from a rather cold Boston, Massachusetts, and my company is MDK Brand Management.
Hi, everyone. I am Barika Phyllis Bell, and I am coming to you from it's actually kind of chilly here.
Oh,
I have
What does
I
that
have a
mean?
sweater
What does that
on.
mean? What
what
does that
does
mean?
that mean, right?
It's like 55 degrees here, and I
Oh,
need a sweater, and it's been
Oh my
raining. And I'm coming to you from Los Angeles, California, and my company is B3 Media Solutions.
Los Angeles, where 55 is cold. That's ridiculous.
I know,
I'm
right?
Fatia Abdurazak, and I'm coming to you from a very cold Harlem, as in 30 something degrees. That's cold, Barika. And the name of my company
I
is
mean, yes, that is cold, but
I remember when I was a television reporter in Columbus, Georgia, very like forever ago, the start of my career, and I was asleep in my apartment in Georgia, and my radio woke me up and the radio announcer was talking about all these school closings because of snow. And I'm in bed, I'm like, oh my gosh. And of course, I'm coming from Boston. And I hear this school closed. And I'm thinking to myself, is there a blizzard out there? I go to my window, I look out, I'm like, what snow? Saw nothing. Not, it was a dusting of snow that literally
hilarious.
disgusting.
shut down that city. What?
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I think a dusting would shut down Los Angeles. Absolutely.
yeah,
Probably,
yeah,
for
probably.
sure.
Yeah. So we have a very special show for you today. The headline, I guess, mostly special because we are announcing that tonight will be our final Brand Rewind live episode. This is the last one after 2 amazing years. Yep, it has been two
Yeah,
years.
2 years. Wow.
2 years.
Years of doing this show alongside Barika and Petit, and of course Zoe when we first started. But our businesses are growing, which is a good thing. We each, as you guys know, as we announced at the top of the show, we each have a small business, and they're growing, and that's taking time. And we also have something else that we want to share with you. We'll do that a little bit later in the show. Tell you what we're going to be doing, kind of like a phase two of Brand
Right,
Rewind Live.
right. So we're not going away completely.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
Just
yeah,
stay tuned for more. Just stay
Stay
yeah,
tuned.
tuned. Stay tuned.
yeah. Stay tuned for the end of the show for sure. Okay. So I mentioned in the note that I sent out earlier today that we're going to kick off the show talking about our favorite episodes of Brand Rewind Live of this past year. All right, Patia, kick us off. What's yours?
Yes. So I actually have kind of a tie going on. My favorites would definitely be our first show ever,
Mm,
because that's how we started, right? That's the beginning.
That's
It was like
right.
so exciting, and we were so excited.
yeah.
And then my other favorite was when we had Miss Alea Bundles on. That was very, amazing. That I just got a hunch to DM her, and I thought, oh, she's probably too
Awesome.
busy. She'll never,
Did.
respond. And
You
she
did.
did, and she
And
came on the
she
show.
did.
She was amazing, and it was like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening.
Yes,
So those
yeah.
are my two favorites.
Okay. So I have a surprise. So I just wanted for everybody, for our audience, we're just gonna like showcase a little bit of our very first episode because it was very special for us. And so we just want to share a little bit of that with you guys.
Having gone horribly wrong. And I found out about this a couple of weeks ago, and I was, I really love Bath and Body Works. I've been buying their scents and their candles for years, and so I was really excited. I think this is the first time they've attempted to do anything like this. That they were rolling out a campaign specifically in honor of Black History Month. However, Upon further investigation of this matter, as I was preparing myself to, go down to 125th Street right here and buy some Black History Month products in person, I found out that this was some really poor execution of a campaign that could have been amazing. So part of the campaign, aside from the products, and the products is where they went wrong, is that they're going to be donating, I think, let me double check the figure, I don't want to misquote. Yes, $500,000 to the National Urban League and to the Columbus Urban League. Great, that part is amazing.
Mm.
However, when I heard about the campaign, my impression was that so they have African themed packaging, and the displays are beautiful. And so my initial impression was that they had actually developed some new scents, possibly in collaboration with Black producers, and maybe possibly the packaging had been designed by Black designers, and this was the way that they were forging forward with this campaign. However, what I realized, thanks to Twitter, right? If you want to know what's going on, check out Twitter for stuff like this.
Twitter for everyone.
There you go. They pretty much did the lazy thing and just repackaged their own existing products.
Oh Lord.
Mhm.
Yes, exactly. And they have it in very tiny print on the products, which tells me that somebody knows that this is not what should have been done. And so because of that, people are definitely calling them out. People are disappointed.
Yeah. So that was a little snippet of that, and Bath and Body Works of what they were doing.
Right. And they've never done it again, thank God. So
Oh,
Yeah.
well, maybe they saw this episode and they thought
maybe they saw this episode and decided to stop.
Of course they did. Of course, we're just gonna just say that. Yes, they did. Yes.
They saw this episode, and you know what? They decided to change their minds.
Right.
No, I loved it. I love it. So, but to your point, I did like this was our favorite episode. So
Yes.
both Patia and I absolutely like Madam CJ Walker for me has been someone that my mom bought me as a book. I read all the time about Madam CJ Walker. So to be able to meet, someone from her family who has done so much to preserve Madam CJ Walker's legacy. You can see the doll. So I collect dolls, as you guys know. I do collect dolls. And so to be able to have a conversation with her and to talk to her about her experience and what they've done with the new Madam CJ Walker was really just an amazing experience. So thank you, Patia, for bringing that into our existence, because this was my favorite show.
At the beginning of the pandemic, they wanted to do sort of a reboot, and I worked very closely with Kara and a creative team on what we wanted the products to be in partnership with Walmart. So all of these things are, happening in a parallel way. The Barbie doll is another one of those things. So I'm writing another book, but there's always like one more thing, one more ball in the air.
Sounds very entrepreneurial.
So I have to ask you, Denise, that was my favorite show. Which one was your favorite show?
Well, my favorite show, hands down, it's kind of may sound weird because it is about a death, but when we highlighted the death of Tina Turner, that's my show because we got to spend so much time celebrating her life and acknowledging her as so many people did when she passed. Her fierceness. I mean, talk about a brand. She had such a brand. She was unapologetically Tina Turner. She was a role model to so many women, so many Black women. Her music was, of course, unbelievable. Remember, we had the thing on the show to name your favorite Tina Turner song.
Yeah.
We had our favorites. Our listeners, our viewers had their favorites. So mine, hands down, was celebrating the life, the career of the incredible Tina Turner.
And here it is.
Reading the New York Times article, like she couldn't even put her wig on because she was so badly beaten that her head was swollen. So she just tied her head the night that she left. I mean, if there's anybody out there in a situation, right, and thinking that you can't escape, I definitely think that reading her story can help you to see that there's always a way, there's always something that you can do to save yourself, and ultimately your children if you have them as well. I mean, just such an inspiring story.
Yeah,
Right?
I agree. You know, we talked about Angela Bassett in the movie. Look at those arms. Was everyone envious of her arms?
Yes, her arms were amazing. Like, but I mean, if you look at Tina Turner's body, like, let's
Yeah,
look at
Yes.
Tina's body now.
Yes.
yeah. No, it's true. I mean, weren't her legs? There was rumors that her legs were
Insured at
insured.
some point. Yes.
Millions of dollars.
Dollars.
Yeah. Yeah, look at this great image. I mean, love this photo. Beyonce with the queen of rock and roll here. I mean,
I love the outfits. The outfits alone speak volumes because it's like, yes, diva, and the hairstyle. You know, she was a consummate. Like they don't really talk about her fashion,
yeah,
but Tina Turner was a fashion icon. Really,
She was.
she was. I did hear one. You're right, Rika. Not a lot. I heard one story mention that, but that was the only one I heard that highlighted her fashionista side of her brand. And you guys are talking about, yes, how she left. She had 36 cents
36
in her
cents.
pocket
36 cents.
when she left, fleeing an abusive marriage. And yes, and she went to court. Apparently, Ike Turner didn't really fight her too much. She said he gave a little bit of a fight to keep her name, but I think he knew that.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. So that was a really good like flashback. I really enjoyed that story.
Yeah, that's good. You know, it's interesting when you think about your name being your identity and why it was important for her and all of us to always fight for our truth. And if our identity is our name, then fight for it. Don't let anyone take that from you. And that's exactly what she did and what she taught so many of us to make sure that we do that. We fight for our brand, we fight for our reputation, we fight for our identity, no matter what you do.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, she will be missed, always. Okay. So that was fun going down that road, looking at the past headlines. And sorry, as I take a little cough. So now let's fast forward to today. Oh man, there are so many badly right now. What is going on? What is going on? Before I jump into what I picked up to share when we first talked, the three of us connected tonight, we talked about what literally just crossed the headlines, which is Rudy Giuliani filing for bankruptcy. What's up with that?
Oh boy. Well,
I mean, I'm gonna let that New Yorker and you Patia handle.
Not much to say. I mean, it's like one thing after the other with these people. I'm just really disgusted. I mean, if there's a lawsuit pending and you don't want to pay it, you file bankruptcy. I mean, maybe he doesn't have any money anymore. Who knows? But I'm just over it all. Like, these people just need to stop.
But it was like literally like the lawsuit is like $148 million. Like, I mean, like that's a lot of money, right? Like
that's a lot of money. Very few people have $148 million.
$48 million.
Right. Yeah, sitting in their bank accounts. Now you're right. The rumor was that he was broke anyway. And I was watching the news tonight, and it listed all of his debts, and he owes his attorneys like
millions of dollars. Yes, I did see that. So
yes. So we'll see what happens. I mean, there was already talk even before he filed for bankruptcy that the two women, the poll workers, will not see a dime of that judgment.
That money. You don't have it.
Yeah, totally. It's just, for paper and, probably to be used as an example, but I don't,
Yeah, but
I wasn't expecting them to get anything really.
Don't they have to, when you file for bankruptcy? I mean, I don't have a lot of knowledge about filing for bankruptcy, but don't you have to liquidate all of your assets when you file for bankruptcy and pay off whatever debts you have?
I think there's some sort of process, like they decide who gets paid. Everybody definitely doesn't get paid, but
Right,
there's like some
exactly.
sort of
Some
hierarchy
order, right? Yeah, yeah. It's a
in terms
hierarchy.
of who gets paid based on whatever assets that you have. So I don't know. Maybe they will get a little something. I don't know.
Wasn't Hunter Biden also listed in this? Like,
He's suing. He's suing. Hunter Biden is one of the people who's suing Giuliani. So they're adding that to the list of all the mess that's going on in his life right now. It's a Hunter Biden lawsuit. Mm-hmm.
I mean, but he's already in trouble. So like,
Yeah. He's already in trouble too. Yeah, that's another brand rewind. I mean, you have these, and we'll talk about some more of the headlines in a second, but you know what we stress on this show, and frankly what I'll miss talking about for at least for now is stressing the importance of protecting who we are and our reputation and our brands, which is what we sort of alluded to and talked about briefly with Tina Turner. You know, it's hard to come back. It's hard once you, who was it? Who was the guy? Oh my God, somebody remind me who said it takes 20 years. Warren Buffett said it takes 20 years to build your reputation in like, I don't know, seconds, right?
20 seconds to,
ruin it.
Absolutely.
yeah.
And you know, we have to make sure that we are staying focused on whatever that long-term impact
I
can
agree.
be.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, and that takes me to my highlight about a news story that made my jaw drop, which is the conviction of Marvel actor Jonathan Majors, huge star, up, you know, you can say he was up and coming, but he was already there. I mean, he's famous. He is already an A-lister who had, and I don't watch, I'm not a Marvel's person, so I don't watch any of the movies, but I certainly, you know who he is. And what happened, and you know, he was convicted, so we can say he was, you know, two charges: assault. Well, one was assault, and what was the second charge, which is probably what, battery and harassment. That's what it was.
Battery and
harassment and battery. And within seconds, Marvel dropped him.
Because they were waiting.
Him.
They were waiting to find out who, like, if he got convicted, they do not want any part of that bad reputation to be a part of their slate
of their brand.
Their brand.
Absolutely. And I don't blame them at all. I mean, why, you know?
Yeah, I mean, my first thought, and then, you know, talking to you guys and then reading more about it is, you know, I mean, yeah, it was like they were waiting to see. They probably had, and I went through this when I was in corporate working with our athletes, some of whom behaved badly. And you are prepared for both scenarios. If they're found guilty, if they're not, you're ready to jump on it right away, either with a statement of support or in Disney's case, a statement saying he's gone. Like he's gone. And but this whole thing about how did he get there? Like, how did this celebrity, this Black man, this guy with so much star power who clearly worked his butt off to get where he was, how did he get here? Where in just a few weeks, when is it? February, the first week of February, he's going to be sentenced. Now they're saying he's not going to, chances are he's not going to serve any jail time. They're saying a maximum possibility up to 1 year in jail. Everyone, all the legal pundits I've been listening to say there's no way he's going to serve that. Who knows? But the fact that his career has been so negatively impacted by whatever led to his issue with his ex-girlfriend. I mean, we saw the videos. Did you guys see the videos?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I mean, you know, what were we doing before video became the thing?
It was hearsay, wasn't it?
Hearsay. Now you have to wonder all the things that you may have dismissed or didn't believe. Maybe they were after all.
Yeah, it was hearsay unless you had like some type of recording or you had a reputable person that would be able to co-sign. A lot of the times they got dismissed.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope he can come back. I mean, I think it's terrible. The video shows, you know, pulling her, picking her up and shoving her back in the car. And then there's all kinds of other stuff. Shame. I mean, it's too bad. It's awful. I do believe in second chances. If you own up to whatever, mistakes you made, haven't heard him. Maybe I don't read everything about it. So hopefully he will, if he hasn't already owned up to it. And second chance. Let's hope he can rewind his brand before all this happened. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree. Pop research said a lot of powerful men felt they would never be convicted, and now there's proof of their wrongdoing.
So
And
yeah.
that's true. Like, now we're in the age of like anything that you do can be put on television, on camera, on recorded, like by any device almost.
Yeah.
And by anyone, right? By anyone. Like
By
cameras
anyone.
everywhere.
Exactly.
So
and these cases are coming out. We saw right before we came on air today about Vin Diesel being accused by I think right. So and you had Diddy a couple weeks ago. It's like, oh my God, what is going on?
And you said, like you said, the law changed, so now people can go back. I mean, if you can accuse it and they can't prove it that you're wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So more to come on that for sure. More to come on that. What you have, Patia?
Yes. So I think it was a week ago I got an email from Hello Alice. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Hello Alice.
Yes.
They provide funding and resources and support for small business owners, asking for support because they are being sued for reverse discrimination. There's a class action lawsuit that's been filed by America First Legal and Jonathan F. Mitchell, and both are activist legal groups. And the lawsuit alleges that Nathan Roberts, who owns an Ohio-based trucking company called Freedom Truck Dispatch, was treated differently because he is white and therefore not eligible for a grant program administered by Hello Alice for Progressive Insurance. So this is not just Hello Alice. Progressive Insurance is a part of this also. So the interesting thing about this and why it's a little hairy is because he did not specifically apply for one of the grants that were specifically set aside for Black-owned businesses. So Hello Alice doesn't only support Black-owned businesses, they support all businesses, but then they also have special funds that only support Black-owned businesses. And the grant in question that maybe he thought he applied for did provide $25,000 of grants to 10 Black-owned small businesses. But that's not what he applied for. It seems that he applied for one of the general grants and he didn't qualify. However, he's using the fact that they also support, in some ways, Black-owned businesses to say that he was discriminated against because he is a white male.
Wow.
And so they are, I think, the second known small business support firm that's going through this. Fearless Fund, as you guys know, has been going through this. They also have several lawsuits against them, and they specifically only support women of color-led businesses. So Hello Alice is at all businesses. Fearless Fund is only color-led businesses by women, and they support pre-seed, seed, or Series A financing. And last I heard, there's a stop time until a court decision is made. They can no longer give out grants right now, right? So it's going back and forth. So the issue with these kinds of situations is that we have somebody here who said that they had received several grants from Hello Alice, so they are out there helping small business owners actively. Now, the situation with both Fearless Fund and Hello Alice and anybody else who is dedicated to helping small business owners, all small business owners of colors, and women-led businesses, nobody seems to want to admit why they exist to begin with. Like, if there wasn't a situation of disadvantages, then there were disadvantage, right, or lack of access, right, to certain members of the population, then these sorts of resource centers would not need to exist, right? So we know that the stats have been static for a very long time. Only 2% of all venture capital, right, is given out to women-owned businesses, and this is all women-owned businesses. And when it comes to Black-owned or women of color businesses, it's less than 1%.
Right. Wow.
And so the whole genesis of these organizations is to kind of level the playing field, which 2%, less than 1%. Even
Right.
with all the hard work they're doing, it's nowhere near
It's
being
not enough.
Yeah.
so it's like, I just feel like, at some point in time we just have to, just destroy the system and build it from just start something else, right?
Yeah.
Because on
I
the
mean,
one
is
hand,
that like I'm just wondering because it kind of sets a precedent, for like there's a lot of different organizations that are giving funding to women-owned businesses. Are men-owned businesses going to be upset and sue for that because like now it's gender discrimination?
exactly,
Or they're trying to
exactly.
give it to people that are in the military, veteran-owned business. Like
Now it's going to
at
be
what
exactly
point?
like,
Stop.
where
Where's it
does
stop?
common sense prevail here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like it's, it's, I don't know, it's just really unfortunate. And I
Yeah.
yeah.
just feel like the whole climate of this country is just headed in a not so great direction. The whole
Yeah,
country needs a brand rewind, if you ask me.
I
And
agree.
how do we fix it, right? Do we start these little insignificant wars, or do we admit that there are some problems that have existed and try to fix them once and for all? Like I don't,
No, 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 Patia, because no one's going to admit that we're going to ban books. We're going to take out critical race theory. We're doing all of these things to erase what's
Right.
happened and not acknowledge that it's happened because, we have people that believe that by not acknowledging it and acting like it never existed, it'll just go away because nobody will talk about it.
And you have a whole generation of people growing up not knowing anything about the history, not only their own history, but the history of the entire country and the entire world.
Exactly.
And these are going to be the people who are going to be running
The country.
the country, the world, right? Running
Yeah.
commerce, making money. I mean,
It's ridiculous.
maddening. It is. I wanted to point out too, we are going to go over the 30 minutes because this is a special edition
Right.
rewind. So we're not going to rush through in the 30s. Hopefully you guys will bear with us because, we know this is our last show. So we are just like giving it to you tonight.
We're spilling the tea.
And and on that note, before we get to Barika, Patia, you said something, and I'm reminded of an interview I saw today. Gail King did a Sirius FM interview a couple days ago with Taraji P. Henson, and I've never seen her this way. Maybe some of you saw it, where she broke down crying. She was talking about the color.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Broke my heart. She was talking about as a Black woman, she's won all these awards. She's reached double, triple A-list gold status, that every time she still has to, when she goes out for a role, she still has to start negotiating at the very bottom again.
Yeah.
Yes.
And keep fighting for more money. So it's almost like that she, she gets all this money when she fights for it, but then she has to start all over again. So she's now contemplating retiring from acting and from Hollywood because it's broken her spirit. Her soul is shattered. She cannot do it anymore. Oh,
That is horrible. That is really horrible.
I mean, and it's just like it's things like that I feel like people of different races don't understand, because it is difficult, like especially when you proving yourself, you have these accolades just like your white counterpart, but you don't see Julia Roberts starting over from the bottom. We've never heard from Charlize Theron having to negotiate at $10,000 all the way up when you've been doing you've been grossing box office hits that have made well over 100 million, 200, 500 million dollars. They don't start over.
No.
But you have to have, someone like Taraji, she has to start over. Really? Why? What's the difference? What is the difference?
Right. Yeah. And that's her whole point. She's like, I don't know why I have to keep doing this. I don't know. And I can't do it. She says she's tired. She just kept saying, I'm tired. I'm tired. And she's just wiping the tears. Oh my, makes me want to cry even thinking about it. Cause I don't really feel for her, but every Black woman who is saying the exact same thing, that they're having to keep fighting and struggling and clawing clawing
Yeah.
their way
Yeah.
wherever they are. You may not be, a household name making millions of dollars. You could be, entry level work, whatever. If you still feel like that, all of your hard work, you go in, you blow all the expectations out of the water. But if you feel like nobody's paying
Yeah.
attention, no one's giving you
tough.
that credit, you feel broken.
Yeah.
Broken.
I mean, anybody would feel broken. I don't even think it's a black woman. Like, let's just take it across the board. Like,
Yeah.
anybody who has that feeling and you're busting your butt and you're trying to do like the best and you have proof of
Yeah.
it. Anybody
I
would
agree.
feel that way.
Proof. Yeah.
I
And
agree.
so I definitely, it is disheartening because she is a wonderful actress. She's a wonderful person, and what she's accomplished is amazing. And so for her to not want to do something that gave her life
she
and joy
loves,
and
that she
passion,
She loves.
it just, it sucks.
Great
not-
at. That she loves and
Yeah.
she's great at.
Yeah.
Good.
All right. Speaking of petite Barika, yes. What you got?
So my brand rewind, similar to Patia's brand rewind, is just a brand rewind of the United States, and I bring this up because of healthcare. So if you're not familiar with her, this is Brittany Watts, and Brittany Watts is from Ohio, and she had a miscarriage. And she basically passed her non-viable fetus in her bathroom. She had a miscarriage, and now she's facing criminal charges. And it's actually a 5th-degree felony in Ohio because she's 33, and when she went to the doctor, they told her that the fetus would not survive. It wouldn't survive. So they advised her to have her labor induced, and she did not. She decided to go ahead and carry the child to term because in her state, if she did, she would be immediately jailed. Well, she was still immediately jailed because the baby came through, and the child, she miscarried in the toilet, and she ended up putting it in a black like trash can bag just to save it. They found it and then charged her for trying, it's called abuse of a corpse. And like when you hear the story, you're like, that is awful that some woman could have a miscarriage. She didn't do anything. All she did was have a miscarriage, place the remains in a garbage bag because like it's already traumatizing to find out that you can't have a child. But this is going on a national level from women everywhere. Now, yes, there are those cases where people have drugs and have alcohol, but that is so few and far between from the women that are just having miscarriages. And in the state where they are going to, they're not allowed to have an abortion or to pass that fetus without the repercussion of jail time, fines, and like, to me, that is a gross negligence in the healthcare system of America, that women have to fly to other states, go underground yet again because of the Roe versus Wade law and all the different states that are passing these laws that don't allow women, even if it's a life-threatening issue, to have an abortion.
It's
And
healthcare.
so, for me, the brand rewind moment here is the healthcare, and particularly around women in the United States, because it is not set up for us to have like proper healthcare. It is set up for us to have children, and that's it, at our own risk, at our own health, at your own have a child at your own risk. That's what I call it.
Yeah, and people, I mean, even if you healthy baby, women still die in childbirth.
Of course, yes.
Still die in childbirth.
Yes.
And Black women are 3 times as likely to die in childbirth.
Yes.
Like it is exponentially higher for us to have a child and live through it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that is a gross negligence in our healthcare system, that we are like not like it seems to just be in the hands of men who don't care whether we live or die. They just want a child. And what for? Because they're getting shot and killed because we can't deal with gun control. So I mean, this country needs a brand rewind at its very basic level.
Yeah.
And I was very upset by that story because it's just so many of those stories that are there, and it's just heartbreaking that then they're putting them in jail and they're not even giving time to grieve the
Wow.
loss of a child.
That's incensing. Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Pratia?
No, I was saying, I just started to say men are making these decisions and they don't experience any of these things themselves. They have no
No.
idea the trauma, right?
Yeah.
So she's already traumatized by her experience, and now you're putting her in jail and she's having to go to court, and
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
Yeah, they're finding them. They don't. They already don't have money, because if they did, they could have gone to a different state to have an abortion where it was okay, and they could potentially save their life. But now she's subject to a fine because of it.
Yeah. No, that's awful.
Yeah.
That there was I forget what state it was. I should remember this, but Patia, you mentioned it. There was a story I read, and they put up on the screen all the legislators who had voted again, whatever it was. It was some law or something.
Mhm.
It was. I'm going to say there were probably like 50 pictures up on the screen, and maybe like 6 or 7 were women.
Right,
It's mostly men doing
right,
it, but there
right.
are some women who are doing it too. There
Yeah,
are,
there are.
yeah,
Yeah, there absolutely are women that don't care. They just care about the life of the child, not the life of the mother. Which
yeah,
I think we have to find some kind of balance, because while it is important that a child is born, what about the person that's going to take care of them?
Who's
Like,
taking care of this child if the mother isn't
E-
around, right?
exactly. And we have so many kids that are in the system that aren't being adopted anyway.
right,
So like you want these children to be born, but like who's going to take care of them if
Take
their
care
mother
of
is
them.
gone? You
yeah,
know? Who's going to take care of them?
yeah. We got to fix somehow. This got to be fixed. Somehow this has got to be fixed. I don't know. Yeah, we're in a bad cycle right now. We're in a bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we got? What do we got going on out there? We got
So we
some.
would love to hear from you guys. It's been a lot of deep discussions this evening. What are you guys thinking? Are you guys hearing similar stories? Any comments about what we've discussed?
Well, let's put up one about the story that I was talking about. Antonio talks about Tyra Banks said that even after she was well established, she had incidents where she needed to prove herself to get what.
What you needed.
Yeah, yeah. Another black woman.
Yep.
I mean, yeah. What is going on with Tyra Banks? I actually haven't heard her name since she left.
I haven't heard about her in a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she went Dancing with the Stars, and I haven't heard from her since. I mean, not that I'm got my ear completely to the ground, but I haven't heard. You're in LA, Barika. You haven't heard anything? What she's
No, because I haven't heard anything that, like, after America's Next Top Model, like, and then she had the talk show.
She had Dancing with the
She had
Stars.
Dancing with the Stars. She had a talk show, and then it just kind of like, she just kind of disappeared.
She might
I
be.
have,
Maybe
yeah.
she's
Did
produced.
she have a child? She had a son, didn't she? Maybe she's just been being busy being a
Oh,
mom.
did she? Okay, well, good.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
she's a child. Maybe that she's just,
All right, good.
focus on that, which is absolutely fine.
Yeah,
No, yeah. Other than that, I really haven't heard a lot about her.
Yeah, not in a while anyway.
So let's say hi. We've got Danielle, top of the show, said Barik Patia that she's also in Harlem. Of course,
Yes.
my kid, as you guys all know, that's why I came to Harlem about a month ago. Dee, hey Dee, she's on Pop Research. Yep, thank you, Pop Research, for being here. Yvonne, hey Yvonne, thanks for
Hey,
being
Yvonne.
here. Yay, Precious, hey Precious. I did say hi to you on this Facebook
Hey,
user.
Precious.
Yay. Hola, don't know, Facebook user, say your name. Doesn't come across your name when it says Facebook user.
I know.
Denise, you always have to ask Facebook user to come, like, to say who they are.
I do, because it doesn't do it like the other ones. We can see their names when you come in through YouTube, I think. Is it YouTube? You can see their
I
name.
think
We
YouTube you
can
can see
see,
it,
we
but
can see
Facebook,
Precious. Precious is a Facebook user, so maybe it's something in the settings.
it could be a
Oh,
setting. It could be a
oh,
setting.
Yeah,
okay.
It seems like that's what it is. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Then we got Mindful Mommy Life, who is one of our regulars. So hey guys, thanks for we got some new comments. Thanks for being here. What is pop research? Uncomfortable how wrong? Yeah, here we go. Pop research is completely unconscionable how women are treated in this country in regards to healthcare. It is. That's a good word. Unconscionable. That's great.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
No disagreement from us. Okay. So as we wrap up the show, and you guys have been great because we've been, sharing and talking, which we love to do. We love to do, especially the three of us get together. You should see us when we're not on air, right? When
Right.
Right.
we get together, we're like, hey, what are we going to talk about? There's so much to talk
So
about.
much to talk about. Right?
Always.
Always. So it's been 2 fabulous years, of course, as uh who was it? Barika Patia put up the first show, Zoe.
Yeah, I
So
did. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so of course we had our fourth Supreme with Zoe joining us. So she will always remain in our hearts. So yeah, so this is our last show. We did launch Brain Rewind 2 years ago. It's been just so much fun. It's been fun connecting with you. It's been great bringing these stories. Somebody mentioned, I forget who said it in the comments. We should have put it up that said that they keep up on news. Like
the news with us,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, they keep up on the news because we scour the news and we here we go, pop research. We get on, we have our production meeting, we talk about, okay, what are some of the headlines that we believe our audience will be able to relate to. So
Yeah.
this isn't, so we just roll out of bed and jump on stream bring it to you, right? We literally say, okay, what stories would our audience like us to do a deep dive on, and what is going to get the engagement, generate engagement with the audience. So we've had a good time doing that. So we are looking to go to phase 2 of Brain Rewind Live, and that involves podcasting.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we are we can't go into a lot of details, but let's just say podcasting might be in our future.
Brain Rewind remix. I love this one. I love this comment.
Yes, for sure, for sure.
Remix.
Yeah,
sure.
so we're excited about that. So yes, Brain Rewind Live is coming to an end in this
This
format.
format, yeah.
But stay tuned because we might have another live, which we're excited about. Because if you guys know about podcasting, that takes a lot of work, and both of you guys know a lot more about podcasting than I do, Barika and Patia.
No,
Yeah.
it does, but I definitely think that the audio format is something that a lot of people are gravitating to, especially if they live in cities where you have to commute
Right.
and you just need to like listen to something while you are like driving or even when you're cleaning the house. And like Danielle says, they're super popular. So right now it's a good time for us as a crew to like still talk about the news and the issues, but in a format that I feel like more people are able to consume it at their leisure.
At any time, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what we're looking at. We see on Facebook we've got Fawn and Daniel. Hey guys, watching us on Facebook. Good to have you guys here. And thanks so much for showing us the love. I'm reading the comments, and we love you guys. We're going to miss you guys too. We're going to definitely keep you updated. If it happens and we don't know, we're just at the very beginning of discussions.
Yeah.
So it will take some time, but we're excited about what direction we're headed in. We're excited about that. So with that, we're gonna say goodbye for now. Hopefully,
For now.
And we will definitely let you know when we come back in our various forms.
Yes. And thank you so much. Your engagement, it's just been awesome. We have our regulars. You guys just make us want to do this. You make us want to see what else is out there, what we can do. Yeah, to keep it going.
Yeah.
So thank you
So
for your
thank you.
engagement, your
Thank you.
friendship, your support. We could not have done this without you guys.
Right. And stay tuned. Like, definitely be on the social channels. If you haven't signed up to brandrewind.com, please do so you can stay in the loop and know what our next move is.
Absolutely.
All right. So with that, have a great Christmas or whatever holiday you're celebrating over the next several days. A great, safe New Year's celebration. Please be safe out there. And COVID, by the way, hasn't gone away. My son has COVID right now. It is still alive and well. So please do take care of yourselves. Wear a mask if you need to. If you're around, large crowds, people think,
Right.
you don't need to wear a mask anymore. My son would tell you, yeah, you kind of do. You
Yeah,
kinda
you do. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, so stay safe, everyone, and hopefully we'll see you again. Take care.
Take care,
Happy
everyone.
holidays.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Happy holidays.